Hello, and welcome to the Real West Immigration YouTube channel. My name is Jazz Dillon, and I am a regulated Canadian immigration consultant, also known as a IRCC. Visitor visas in Canada are changing, and it's not just a minor tweak. We're talking about significant shifts that could directly impact your travel plans, your family visits, or your extended stays. If you're planning a visit to Canada in 2025, whether it's for leisure, to see family, or even for training purposes, you need to pay attention because the rules, the processes, and the expectations are evolving. Let's dive straight into what's happening with visitor visas right now. The Canadian government has introduced new eligibility criteria, stricter documentation requirements, and revised processing times. Why? Well, the aim is clear: to ensure that visitor visas are granted to genuine travelers while maintaining the integrity of Canada's immigration system. First, let's talk about the core eligibility changes. If you're applying for a TRV, temporary resident visa, also known as a visitor visa, you'll now need to provide more comprehensive proof of your intent to return to your home country after your visit. This means more detailed documentation of your employment, property ownership, family ties, and financial stability. The IRCC wants to see clear evidence that you have strong reasons to go back home after your trip. Employment letters, they should include your job title, salary, the length of your employment, and the signed commitment from your employer that you're expected back at work after your visit. If you are self-employed, you should be able to submit detailed business registration documents, financial statements, and client contracts. Property ownership is another big one. A title deed in your name is solid proof, but if you are renting, a long-term lease agreement can help. What about financial stability? Well, it's not just about showing a bank statement. You should aim for consistent income, savings, and the ability to afford your trip. This demonstrates to the IRCC that you are able to take care of yourself and whoever you have with you. Speaking of finances, let's talk about numbers. For a single applicant, the minimum funds you should ideally aim to show for it would be around $3,500 Canadian. And that includes up to 2 weeks travel. Of course, the more the better, although this amount goes up for longer stays, if you're traveling with family, and so on. And remember, these funds should be in your account for at least 6 months prior to your application. The documentation checklist is also expanded. Along with your passport, photographs, and application forms, you should have a detailed travel itinerary, proof of accommodation bookings, and a clear purpose of visit letter. If you're visiting family, expect to provide their immigration status documents and a formal invitation letter that meets new guidelines. Now, let's talk about the processing times, because this is where many applicants get caught off guard. As of late, standard visitor visa applications are taking between a few weeks to a few months, depending on country of residence and application preparedness. Incomplete applications or insufficient documents can easily double that time. And also the mandatory biometrics appointment, which adds another step to your timeline. But here's where it gets interesting. The multiple 10-year visitor visa, yes, it's still available, but getting one is more challenging than ever. The IRCC is now facing heavily on your travel history. Frequent travelers with a clean record of exiting Canada on time are at an advantage. If you're applying for a 10-year visa, expect to submit detailed records of your past international travels, including entry and exit stamps, full visas, and possibly even flight itineraries. The IRCC has now introduced specific guidelines for each purpose. For training purposes, you'll need an acceptance letter from the training provider, proof of payment for the course, and detailed accommodation plans. Let's address the elephant in the room: visa refusals. The most common reasons: insufficient ties to your home country, inadequate financial documentation, and incomplete application forms. And here's something new. The IRCC is now paying close attention to your social media presence. Yes, Your online activity can impact your visa application. So what you can do to ensure a successful application? This is where professional guidance becomes invaluable. As a licensed Canadian immigration consultant, I can help you navigate these complex requirements, prepare flawless applications, and increase your chances of approval. Whether you're applying for a short visit or a 10-year multiple entry visa, the key is meticulous preparation. Don't leave your visa application to chance. Book a consultation with me today, and let's get you one step closer to your Canadian dream. A link is down below in the description. Thank you for watching. Stay informed, stay prepared, and I'll see you in Canada.